Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am going to review one of Disney's newest live-action remakes, Snow White. This is probably going to be a really controversial video because I think if this video gets any views, it's probably gonna be because of all the hate I'm gonna get. Now, I watched Disney's Snow White, and when I walked into the theater to watch this movie, I was sure that I was gonna hate it. I had seen the reviews, everybody was hating it, even people who are fans of Disney. Well, not all of them, but some of them were hating the movie. And I thought, okay, there is no way I'm gonna like this movie. I have seen all the PR disasters that happened during D23 with Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. So I was not expecting to like it, and I went into the theater with rock bottom expectations. I thought I would hate it, but as I was watching it, I thought to myself, hey, it's not all that bad. Let me explain. The 2025 movie Disney's Snow White is a live-action remake of the 1937 Disney movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first feature-length animated movie of all time. Directing the 2025 live-action remake is Marc Webb, who also directed 500 Days of Summer and The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. It's interesting that Disney is picking these big names and directors for its live-action remakes. We recently saw Mufasa being directed by Barry Jenkins. If I had to go through the movie in detail, first off, we'll talk about Rachel Zegler. We all saw the disaster, the PR disaster that was the interview that happened during the D23 Expo. I personally think, having watched the movie, the hate is just too much. She does not deserve such hate. In my personal opinion, she was the best part about the movie. She is an amazing Snow White. She looks the part, she can sing, and she can act. I wouldn't say she's amazing throughout the movie. There were instances I felt like instead of becoming the character, she was actually playing the character with a bit an over-exaggerated style of acting. But overall, she is an amazing Snow White, and I do not understand all this hate. Yes, the interview went bad. She could have handled that better, but she does not deserve this much hate. She did a wonderful job, in my opinion. She can sing. Oh my god, she is such an amazing singer, and she acted so well. And the only thing about the appearance of the character that I did not like was the hairdo. The hair department messed that up so much. I absolutely loved the dress that she was wearing, the classic Snow White dress. The way it just flows in the wind and the way it just moves when she frolics through the enchanted woods. It's amazing. She looked great, and she really did a good job with playing the part. However, one of the worst actors in the movie, Gal Gadot, is really a miscast for this movie. She looks the part. She definitely looks the part, but she is not a strong actress, and you can really tell. Actually, when I was watching the movie, I had already seen the reviews saying Gal Gadot was really bad. And when I was watching the movie, the first few scenes with Gal Gadot, I was actually thinking to myself, what are these people saying? She looks so good, and she is acting fine. But then as the movie progressed, yeah, I understood what they meant. She cannot do the kind of heavy lifting, kind of dramatic acting that the role actually needs. Her dialogue delivery is so flat. Yeah, it was such a letdown. I liked her song though. She has a classic Disney villain kind of song, and I like the song. And I didn't know Gal Gadot could sing like that. I don't know if it's her singing voice or they tweaked it, but the song sounded really good. The only thing I didn't like about the song was it was so jarring. Like her character is portrayed in such a way, and then that song comes on, and then it's like totally different. And after the song, it just goes back. It just reverts back to the evil queen. So, as I said, the initial scenes worked, but as the movie progressed, yeah, Gal Gadot was really struggling. Oh, but speaking of which, I think it was Gal Gadot herself that acted as the old witch who gives Snow White the apple. During that scene, her acting was kind of good. I think it was her underneath all that makeup and prosthetics. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I think it was her, and she did a decent job there, but the rest of the movie, not so much. Next, we move on to Andrew Burnap, who plays Jonathan in the movie, who is Snow White's love interest. For the live action remake, Snow White does not fall in love with the prince. Instead, Jonathan is a bandit along with his 7 other bandit friends who live in the Enchanted Forest. Andrew Burnap is really charming as Jonathan. You could even say he was the embodiment of Flynn Rider from Tangled. Absolutely charming, funny, witty, and they're both thieves. Just like Rachel Zegler, Jonathan also has an amazing singing voice and is absolutely talented when it comes to that, and when it comes to acting as well. He is an actor from theater who transitioned to movies. Both Andrew Burnap and Rachel Zegler have amazing chemistry with each other. When Rachel Zegler said that Snow White isn't actually looking for love, or she is not waiting for a prince to come and save her, one would think that this movie has absolutely no romantic aspect to it. There is no love story, but I am happy to report that there is a love story and there is a romantic angle to it, and Rachel Zegler and Andrew Burnap have amazing chemistry with each other, and they're both really good. One thing I do want to note about the character of Jonathan is that Andrew Burnap is always dressed in a hoodie for some reason. He is always in a hoodie. Does hoodie equal to bandit or something? I'm not sure, but it was definitely a choice. When it comes to Jonathan's other 7 bandit friends, that I felt that those characters did not do much. They did not add much. They were just there. They could have found a way to do away with those characters. I wasn't really a fan of the middle of the movie where Snow White actually meets and interacts with all of those characters. I felt the movie was lagging a bit when it came to them. But then again, after like a song sequence, it just switches back to Snow White, Jonathan, Seven Dwarfs. So yeah, that's when the movie started to pick up again. Whenever they were like spending time with the bandits, and that is a very little time to spend because they do not get a lot of screen time. Yeah, the movie felt lagging during those parts. Now let's talk about the dwarfs. I would just say it is what it is. Some people, I mean most people, are hating the CGI dwarfs. I just went in thinking it is what it is. I've accepted it. CGI dwarfs with the animation style from Polar Express, let's go. Once you've accepted it, well, I personally thought that it was okay. The dwarfs were really funny. They had a lot of funny interactions with each other and with Snow White, funny dialogues. I thought it was cute. I didn't feel all that bad watching the dwarfs. In this movie, we are actually told that the dwarfs are not humans. They are mythical creatures, and that is how Disney is differentiating them from short people. Out of the 7 dwarfs, Dopey has some interesting changes to his character, but I'm not gonna say what it is because that is probably a spoiler for the movie. But it was really nice, and I liked that. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. That scene at the end, I thought was really nice. Talking about the songs in the movie, some songs were really nice. Out of the new songs, Waiting on a Wish and Where the Good Things Grow are my personal favorites. The OG songs like Hi Ho and Whistle While You Work were really good in the movie as well. These four songs and the variations of these songs in the movie were my favorite. Other than that, the Gal Gadot song was good, but as I said, they tried to give her this really cool Disney villain song, but it was just jarring for me in the movie when that song came up. The song is not bad, but the way it's presented was a bit jarring. Oh, and something of an Easter egg is whenever Snow White is doing one of her chores, like mopping the floor, she actually hums "Someday My Prince Will Come," and I thought that was really nice. The next thing I want to talk about is the CGI in the movie, and there were some really good CGI and really awful CGI. Like, for example, the mines where the Seven Dwarfs work in, that the whole hi-ho sequence was so beautifully done. The mine looked really beautiful and spectacular. All the crystals and diamonds just glowing with different colors. It was really pretty to look at. And the animals in the forest were also really cute. They went for a more wide-eyed, cute look for the animals. So it's not photorealistic or anything. But yeah, they just wanted to make the animals look really cute, and trust me, some of the animals are just so cute. The one particular scene from the forest where Snow White is having something like a nightmare, where all the trees and plants are attacking her, and then she falls into a hole. They remade that scene from the original animated movie, and that scene also looked really nice. The CGI was so well done, and it was really creepy and scary. It was really well done. The CGI that did not work was most of the foliage and scenery surrounding their kingdom and the castle. You could really tell where, okay, these structures are real. These trees and foliage is real. Everything behind that is CGI. You could really tell. So that was unfortunate. But again, a lot of well done CGI scenes, and yeah, it's just a mixed bag. But then most movies are these days. Some notable changes from the original 1937 animated movie include how Snow White gets her name. It is explained at the very beginning of the movie, and I thought that was good enough. In this movie, Snow White actually dreams of becoming a leader who is kind, fair, just like her father told her to be. So that is something that's different from the original movie. But even though she wants to be a good leader for her people, there is still the romantic aspect of the movie where she does find true love. So I thought that was just really good. They did not try to take it away. They did not be like, she doesn't need a man. Well, it's not about if she needs a man or not. She definitely meets a man and she definitely falls in love. And they kept that in the movie. And that was really good. Most modern Disney movies are like doing away with the love interest. And it was really good to see this. I don't think they did that with any of the live action remakes. But the way Snow White, the story of Snow White goes in this movie, they could have done something different, but they still included the love aspect, which is really good. You can have everything. You can be a great leader, and you can find love. Something that's not in the original are the bandits, and as I said, I did not like them. And finally, something that I liked, which is a change from the original movie, is the reasoning of the queen, why she is the way she is. It's explained well in this movie. I think the messages from the movie worked really well. The movie kind of puts forth multiple messages. Sometimes it's kind of in your face, but still, I thought it was nice. One is unity is strength, and divided you shall fall. and the other is the value of kindness and fairness, and how kindness, even the smallest act of kindness, goes a long way. And another message is that beauty is only skin deep. Real beauty actually lies within, which I thought was a beautiful message from the movie. It is related to how Snow White is not named Snow White because of the color of her skin, and she is not the fairest of them all because of her beauty. I am from India, so there is a lot of issues related with colorism in India, where fair skin is considered more beautiful than dark skin. And for a country like India and many other countries in Asia, this holds true. So, a movie with such a message is always welcome in my books. Overall, the movie isn't perfect. It definitely has its flaws, but the movie isn't as bad as people say it is. I personally walked out of the theater liking the movie, but that is still my personal opinion. I felt the movie had many great moments. Well, I liked most of the songs. I felt the actors, except for Gal Gadot. I'm sorry, any Gal Gadot fans, but except her, I thought all the actors did a really good job. There are many funny moments and interactions and dialogues in the movie, and there are a lot of emotional scenes in the movie. And I don't know, it's probably just a me thing. I'm not really sure, but I did cry during some of the scenes, and I saw this movie with my mom, and yeah, she was also crying during those scenes. And overall, I liked the movie. I went into the theater thinking I would absolutely hate this, but imagine my surprise. Imagine me telling myself, it's not that bad. But then again, I did feel like the movie was lagging in the middle, and the conflict resolution at the end could have been done better. I kept thinking about another live action Disney movie, A Princess to be precise, when the whole climax thing was happening. I thought it could have been done a little bit better, but overall, the movie was still fine. It is getting so much hate. Is it the best live action Disney movie? No. In my opinion, the best live action Disney movie is always going to be Cinderella. That was such a simple, charming, beautiful movie, and the best live action Disney remake. Snow White is not my favorite Disney princess, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the animated movie, is not one of my favorite animated Disney movies. But this movie, I love Snow White, I love her story, and I really like this movie. So if anybody is considering watching this movie or giving this movie a shot, please go in with an open mind. But I cannot guarantee anything. As a personal opinion, I liked this movie, and that's all I wanted to say. And I am scared right now because if this video gets any views, I am sure that I am gonna be hated. Everybody's gonna hate me. Everybody's gonna hate my opinion, but what can I do? It is what I felt. So yeah, that was my review of 2025 Disney's Snow White. I have several videos from my visit to Hong Kong Disneyland. If you're interested in that, please feel free to check those out and find out where's Winnie in the next video. Bye!